Hello guys, in this video I will talk about the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is just one of the glands that makes up the endocrine system. It is very important and as a matter of fact it's often referred to as the master gland. The master gland. And this is because it controls the activities of other glands. Alright, so it has secretions, it secretes hormones that are generally called tropins. Tropins. Now, tropins are hormones that induce the production of other hormones in other glands. So basically, the pituitary gland secretes hormones that travels to other glands and tell them to secrete hormones. So the pituitary gland controls the activity of other glands. Now let's look at the structures and the positions of the pituitary gland. Now let's assume that this structure is the brain. And there's a part of the brain called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus. Connected to the hypothalamus is a gland known as the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is attached to the hypothalamus. And the pituitary gland is divided into two, the anterior pituitary gland and the posterior pituitary gland. Now, what is the difference between the anterior and posterior pituitary gland? For the anterior pituitary gland that does most of the secretion, it is connected to the hypothalamus through a blood vessel. This is like a blood vessel that connects the hypothalamus to anterior pituitary gland. But for the posterior pituitary gland, it doesn't have a blood vessel. Rather, it is connected to the hypothalamus through nerves. Which is what you can see here. Through nerves. Okay, so that is that. Let me write it. Nerves. Okay, so that's the major difference between the anterior pituitary gland and the posterior pituitary gland. All right, so let's look at the secretions of the pituitary gland. So the anterior part of the pituitary gland secretes hormones such as pyrotropin, releasing hormone. It also secretes the corticotropic hormone, the corticotropin releasing hormone. It also secretes growth hormone, so growth hormone releasing hormone. It also secretes prolactin hormone. Prolactin hormone releasing hormone. And it also secretes one other important hormone called the gonadotropin. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Now this hormone is divided into two. We have the LH luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormones. Okay, I mentioned it in my previous video. So these are the basic hormones that are released by the anterior pituitary gland. If you observe the name, it is called releasing hormone, releasing hormone, releasing hormone. That means these hormones move to another gland and tell them to release a particular hormone. For example, the thyrotropin moves to the thyroid gland and tells the thyroid gland to release the thyroid hormone, which is also called the thyroxine. Okay, so that is just an overview of the pituitary gland. In my next video, I'll be talking about thyrotropin or thyroid gland. We're looking at the gland in totality, the secretions of the gland, the functions of the gland, and the positions of the gland. Okay, so this is just an overview of the pituitary gland. Thank you very much and see you in my next video.